Update. Am I the a-hole for insisting we move in together now that we're having a baby? Original post. I, 41 male, have been dating just 37 female for the past 5 years. From the very beginning, she told me she never wanted to get married or have kids, and that if she ever got pregnant, she wouldn't keep the baby. After a year of dating, I brought up the idea of moving in together, but she said no. She preferred the arrangement we had, which is spending time together a few nights a week when one of us sleeps over, then having a few days each week to ourselves at our own place separately. I accepted that. Recently, she told me she's pregnant and she's keeping the baby. I brought up moving in together again because I want to be there for her and for our child. But again, she said no. Her plan is that we continue as we are, have our together time with the baby when one of us sleeps over, and then take turns caring for the baby while the other has alone time in their own place. I told her this makes no sense to me and doesn't seem realistic. I want us to be a family. Why pay 2 rents and set up 2 nurseries? I asked her if she doesn't see me as a long-term partner. She said she does, and that she loves me, but she still wants things to stay the way they are. I talked to my buddy, and he told me I should probably accept it, because if we split up, I'd end up seeing my child even less. So now I'm questioning myself. Am I being old-fashioned? Am I being selfish for wanting us to live together so I can actually be there and help with the baby full-time? I'm lost here. Now for the top comments before reading the update. No a-holes here. You asked and she declined. Now that you have her answer, you either make it work or separate entirely and co-parent. You would be an a-hole if you attempt to force it. Yeah, but she's nuts to raise a kid alone. It's hard. I agree this is a nutty situation, but it would be harder for the child to be raised by 2 people who clearly should not be living together. She would resent him and kids pick up on that every time. Why are you with her? It's very obvious you two are not on the same page with what you want from a relationship. As in, completely incompatible. You should have left years ago. Now you have another life involved. Honestly, I'd leave and look to find someone that is a better match. Kind of seems like she wants to keep her options open. Don't understand why he stayed so long either. No a-holes here. 2 pieces of advice. 1. Get a DNA test. 2. Have a lawyer draw up a shared custody agreement/arrangement whether you stayed together or not. You want this outlined ahead of time. This should include financial responsibilities, visitation, medical responsibilities, holidays, the whole 9 yards. Even if you remain together, this is important. Raising a child is exhausting and expensive, and the future is unpredictable. This is the only reasonable response. And asking for a DNA test will also likely end your relationship. But if you're the child's father and want to be in their life, absolutely make sure to have custody well defined by an attorney. Now for the update. Those of you who called me a man-child or said she doesn't want to move in with you because you're a man-baby can get bent. For everyone else, thanks for encouraging me to actually get to the bottom of this. I had a serious, eye-opening talk with her last night over the phone. I asked her straight up what the real reason was that she didn't want to move in with me. If she needed space, a duplex or a house with a finished basement would have solved that. But she kept giving excuses like, I like my house better, or it's more of a privacy thing. So I asked her if there was someone else, if she was seeing someone on the side. Is she cheating on me? She said it's not cheating because whatever she does on her me days is none of my business, and that was our deal. No questions, no communication on those days. I was honestly shocked. That was supposed to be about alone time, not meeting other guys. She just repeated that what she does on those days is none of my business. So I asked her if the real reason she wanted privacy was to stay close to this guy. Is he the dad? She said he's not the dad. He had a vasectomy years ago. Like, that's supposed to make me feel better. Meanwhile, I've been cooking for her and filling her fridge for those me days, basically helping her see someone else. I asked how long this has been going on, and she said on and off maybe 2 or 3 years, and before that it was another guy. I told her we never agreed to see other people, and she said it's not her fault I misunderstood, and that she clearly said no communication or questions on those days. So I told her we're done. I'm going to see a lawyer and we need to do a test to make sure the baby is mine. She said all my talk about being there for her during the pregnancy was BS. Huh? I told her I don't owe her anything anymore. My only responsibility is to the baby, if it's mine, and she can ask her other partner to step up. I'm so angry and frustrated. I can't believe I didn't see this coming. I'm sorry, OP. I just can't believe it. She still thinks it's my fault. No, she doesn't, unless she's a narcissist. She's deflecting, trying to make herself the victim. Also, do not sign anything. There's a form that accepts paternity at the hospital. If you sign that, it makes you responsible legally and financially. Even if it comes back, you aren't the father. This advice might hurt, but technically she can refuse a paternity test while she's still pregnant. That lawyers is your only good option. I'm glad you seem so far to know that. Also, if there was one other guy, there was probably more than one. All future communications should go through written forms. No more phone calls. On top of the DNA test, I'd get an STI test as well. Opie, listen to this, please. She's banging other dudes with zero guilt. Get tested ASAP. Some things are asymptomatic and she's put your health at great risk. Doctor first, then attorney, and have her get a paternity before the baby is born. Don't sign a birth certificate without proof the child is yours. Stop taking care of her. She has been using you. Wow, she's a piece of work. Her justification for what she knows damn well was cheating is insane. Agreeing to your partner having private alone time in a relationship does not equate to you agreeing to them seeing other people. If she didn't make it absolutely clear that she wanted to see other people, then it's cheating, pure and simple. The goal of letting you continue making meals for her for those days when she was cheating is shocking, honestly. And given that truth, it's not surprising you would break up with her on learning this. She sounds a little unhinged to expect otherwise. And yes, absolutely insist on DNA testing. If it's yours, you can co-parent without being in a relationship with a baby's cheating mother. Here I was playing video games and meal planning in my me days. Silly me. She was warming up the meals I prepared for her and put in her fridge early and hooking up with guys. Next story. Am I the a-hole for getting in a fight with my girlfriend on her birthday because she was being picky with the food I cooked her? My girlfriend, 27, female of 3 years, had her birthday yesterday, and I, 29, male, wanted to surprise her by waking her up to breakfast in bed on her birthday. For some background, she has always been somewhat of a picky eater, in the sense that she will try things, but if it doesn't blow her mind or make her happy or excited to eat it, then she won't finish it. It caused some problems in the beginning of our relationship when I was still trying to hone my cooking skills for her, since neither of us knew how to cook. Nowadays, I obviously have adjusted to her palate, gotten much better, and haven't had issues since the beginning. Flash forward to yesterday for her birthday, I decided to make breakfast burritos with sides of egg, hash browns, sausage, and bacon. I've made it for her in the past, and she says it's one of her favorite things I make for her, so I had no stress whatsoever. That was all until I started making the eggs and realized we only had 2% milk in the house. She likes whole milk because it makes the eggs creamier. I was already halfway through cooking and didn't want to involve her and ruin the surprise, so I just used 2% milk instead, thinking it wouldn't be a big difference for her. I was incredibly wrong. I lit some scented candles she loves, put on our favorite show, and gave her her plate of food. She was so excited for a moment, but then she paused and asked me, "Did you have to run out and get whole milk? Because I noticed we ran out the other day, and you need whole milk for eggs." So I told her no, and that I just used 2% because I couldn't stop halfway through to run out for 30 minutes to get milk. She just sighed and started tearing up because she couldn't eat anything with the eggs in it then. She said that she tried 2% milk eggs once when she was little and didn't like it. So she felt disappointed now and only ate the hash browns and meat. I begged her to at least try a bite of the burrito to see if she liked it because I really didn't want to start her birthday off on a bad note. But she refused and wouldn't even try the burrito since it had egg. It annoyed me that she wouldn't even try it, but I stayed calm and didn't want to make things worse. We moved on from it, and I focused on keeping her happy for the rest of her birthday, and things went well. Until we were leaving her parents' house when she said something along the lines of, "I'm glad we got to see you guys, and thank you, Dad, for cooking dinner, because I need at least one guy in my life who knows how to cook good food." And trust me, the tone was not playful, and she was staring straight at me with a serious face when she said it. It caught me so off guard and immediately frustrated me, so we got in a fight during the drive home and barely spoke the rest of the night. I feel terrible since it was her birthday, but I genuinely don't feel like I did anything that wrong. I made a mistake with the eggs, but she was the one who brought it up to make me look bad and make it a big deal. Am I the a-hole? Not the a-hole. She sounds incredibly childish and coddled. I'd be so appreciative if my significant other went through this much effort for my birthday. This kind of behavior from her isn't likely to improve. This would be it for me. Over. Finn. She didn't even try the eggs. She knew there wasn't whole milk, and it was the first thing she thought of when she was served birthday breakfast. This had better be perfect or it's no good. OP, aren't you tired of it yet? 100% this girl sounds annoying AF. Like a little baby. Bet that OP could easily find someone who would appreciate his efforts. You're not the a-hole, but your girlfriend is. If she didn't want to try the eggs, okay, that's her choice. But the dig she directed towards you about cooking was uncalled for. By the way, I haven't put milk in my eggs for years, and they're so much better. My opinion. The way that would have been the last meal I cooked for her. Let the one man in your life who can cook, cook. This is one of the most ungrateful people I have ever heard of. It borderlines bullying and gaslighting because he has done an effort and developed his cooking for her taste, and she still behaves like his cooking sucks. Not the a-hole. She does not deserve you. Yep, she sounds 17, not 27. Personally, I wouldn't tolerate this kind of entitlement in a relationship. She basically degraded you in front of her parents. Pass. Last story. Am I the a-hole for telling my fiancé I will not babysit his daughter while he goes hunting? Although I, 32 female, have my own place, another town a couple hours away, I moved in with him, 38 male, because he insisted on us being closer. I felt he loved me more when I was away. He's just distant and not interested in doing anything. When I mention going home to visit, he will be nice and loving with me. He will ask me not to go because he will miss me. He goes hunting almost every Sunday. Yesterday he was gone for 12 hours, not calling me once to let me know when he would be back. I sent him a good morning love message, and he said he would call. 6 hours later, it was getting dark, and I sent another message asking if everything was okay and that I was getting worried. He texted back that he lost the dogs and he's searching for them. He got home pretty late and didn't even say, "I'm sorry I got you worried." I was pretty upset but didn't say a word. This weekend his daughter is coming over. She gets to be with him every other weekend. I made another post regarding this. She doesn't know my real name. He hasn't told her we're together. And I sleep on the couch and she sleeps in our bed when she's here. She's 8. She was very protective of her dad in the beginning, making sure he didn't touch me, didn't look at me, etc. 9 months later, he still hasn't told her about us. Taking it slowly, according to him. But she has accepted me, wants to spend more and more time with me, and I think it bothers him a little. It bothers him that she's getting closer with me and not him. I asked him this morning if he has any plans for the weekend besides hunting, and he said no. I told him I am going home so he can spend time alone with his kids. He got very upset, saying, "Is this how you will behave when we get married? Want to leave whenever you want?" All my family and friends are there. I literally don't have anyone here except him. Then I said, "To be honest, I don't want to sleep on the couch anymore. I don't want to entertain your daughter anymore while you're out and about, and she doesn't even know my real name." He started making excuses, getting loud, and left the house. I have been under a lot of stress lately. I work from home and I have a lot of work during the day. On top of that, I do all the housework. Cook, clean, do the laundry, take care of his son, who lives with us. I spend my money on all the grocery shopping, everything we need for the house. He uses my car to run errands. He has a car. Not once did my fiancé say thank you. Not once did he ask if I need anything, and it bothers me. He once said, "I was going to buy you flowers, but I realized you have nothing to put them in." I almost broke down in tears. I feel unappreciated, undervalued, and exhausted of trying. I do make a lot more than him, but the fact that he doesn't even offer anything, or at least ask about my day, makes me feel like crap. P.S. When we started dating, he was very loving and caring, romantic, always ready to hear me out. He would say I'm not like the other girls, and he had many LOL. He begged me to be with him, to move in. Then he slowly started being distant. So much that when I try to talk to him, he will just stare at me, roll his eyes, and turn the other way. Sometimes he will say, "You give me negative vibes," which makes me feel bad. So I stopped asking, initiating talks. Then there are times when he will be super nice and funny and loving. I'm confused. Many ask why I am with him. In my culture, it's bad for a woman to go from one man to another. I had a marriage before this, and it took me a long time to be with someone else. He's the second. He uses this to make me feel guilty, that I will embarrass my family name, etc. He sometimes tells me he's not even sure if he wants to marry because he doesn't know for sure how many men I have been with. I do live alone, and it's very hard for him to believe I didn't sleep with anyone after my ex-husband. I get tired of justifying this, and the times he's been so good to me in the beginning, I feel like it can go back to that. And the times he's randomly nice, it keeps me going. I think it's crazy you accepted this dude's proposal. What exactly are you getting out of this relationship? When I mention of going home to visit, he will be nice and loving with me. He will ask me not to go because he will miss me. This is the nice and loving behavior? Laughing out loud, he's guilting you from being away from him, literally trying to distance you from your support network. He misses having a free babysitter for his son, who we don't even know exists until the very end of this post. Poor kid. OP is literally a bang nanny for this guy, with a full-time housekeeper thrown in, and a free car on top as a neat little bonus. It's time to go back home. This isn't working for you. You are isolated. He's isolating you even further by taking your car, financially abusing you by not splitting the bills, and now expecting you to be an unpaid nanny and hunting widow. This is what the rest of your life is going to be if you stay. A guy that only gives you attention to manipulate you into staying and doesn't care about being with his own daughter. Is this someone you can build a life with? It's time to go back to your previous city. Not the a-hole.